What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And in today's video, we're having a look at a data download for the upcoming Treasure Map Sugarfest, which features 3 brand new Treasure Map rare recruits. And finally, there is no Treasure Map legend debuting in this banner, which is I'm thankful for. I was getting kind of sick of having literally 3 months back to back having brand new legends release on Treasure Maps. There are both good and bad things to that. It means that these limited time characters, both the Nami, Usopp, and Otama, are only pullable on this particular Sugarfest. They are not going to be available at any point moving forward on other future banners, because if a treasure map debuts a legend, the rare recruits that come alongside with them are going to be featured in future treasure map Sugarfests. Unfortunately, these ones will not be. So in this video today, we'll break down all the new characters and we'll go through the Sugarfest steps. As for when the Sugarfest is going live, April 8th, 1900 PST time is when it's going to be available. Part 2 of the Sugarfest is going to be on the 9th of April at 1900 PST time, and then part 3 is going to be April 10th. Personally, I'm going to be doing pulls on part 2, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe part 3. I don't know. Brook might be kind of useful. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, there you go. Part 1 is Odin is going to be featured on that part. But let's go through the new rare recruits first. Let's talk about the new units and see what they actually do. So let's start off with, I believe Usopp's going to be the lowest point booster. So let's go ahead and have a look at him. So he's a quick free spirit shooter. Captain effect is terrible. So they're going back to the old style of, these characters that are featured with other legends. They typically have at least usable captain effects. The ones that debut with no legend are terrible in terms of what they do. 2.5 times chain multiplier growth rate, which is basically like a V1 Rayleigh kind of captain effect. It's pretty bad. And also providing an HP boost, which doesn't really matter. 12 turn cooldown will go ahead and reduce free spirit and shooter characters' special charge time by 1. Also changes their slots into matching, and then reduces paralysis by 3 turns. And if there are delayed enemies, you get a 2 times conditional boost against delayed enemies. If they're not delayed, then you get to delay them by 1 turn. Okay, and it does make sense because he does have double special activation, so you're able to launch both effects in the same turn to get 2 turns of cooldown, slots, 6 turns of paralysis, and a 2 times conditional boost. It's a pretty good special ability. Do note though that getting a delayed conditional boost is pretty difficult to get in 2022. Does he have the resistance to special reverse? He does, thank God, and it's by 3, which is actually pretty good. I think that's going to be the most useful component of this unit, is the special charge time, because he has double special activation, meaning you can actually get 2 turns of special reverse resisted, which is great. So he's going to be useful in actually quite a bit of content moving forward, and him also being a free spirit character is just perfect, honestly. So makes a lot of sense. His other effect also gives a bit of a base stat boost to his 2 classes. He also has barrier penetration, which makes sense, and his support effect attaching to Nami and Chopper once per quest. If the supported character uses a special, boosts damage dealt to enemies with defense down by 1.5 times for 1 turn, and then reduces paralysis on the entire team by 1 turn. Okay, the paralysis is fine. Why is he a defense down conditional boost when his special is a delayed conditional boost? That's pretty weird. That is very, very weird. Though if you have it on like a Nami or a Chopper that can reduce enemy defense, would be cool. Hopefully the Nami has a special that does that. Anyways, I think Usopp's okay. I think he's not a bad unit at all. Like, not a game-breaking character, but he's fine. He's definitely a unit that you could use in content. He's fine. Moving on to Otama. Otama is a Psy free spirit fighter, and Otama's captain effect is only providing a 1.5 times attack boost to his 2 classes, which is pretty bad. And then the 9 turn cooldown will deal 5,000 fixed damage to all enemies that ignores all defensive effects. Okay. Reduces despair by 5 turns, reduces resilience by 5 turns, and enemy attack up by 5 turns. You don't see that too often. You don't see in too many instances where removing enemy attack up is a thing that you need to do. That is very, very bizarre. But on top of that, it gives your free spirit and fighter characters a 2 times orb boost for 1 turn after 1 turn has passed. Okay, this is pretty weird. So this is like, use all of your specials on the mini boss stage and then get the buffs in the following turn. That's really bizarre. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like it should have at least provided an orb boost turn 1 and then you get another orb boost in the following turn. But in most cases, this character is probably going to be used for the despair removal and like the fixed damage. Like the orb boost is kind of like a consolation. Everything else though, the resilience and attack up removal is very bizarre. That's something that you don't typically need a lot of the time. Very, very odd. This character will make all the crew slots recovery have matching slot effects, and sets all slots to recovery at the start of the quest. Okay, so going to be a very, very nice crewmate at least to get a full board of matching slots at the start of the quest. Going to be good for the intrusion fight as well, because sometimes securing matching slots can be difficult, so this character can do that for you. In terms of potential abilities, pinch healing, which is 1 times this character's recovery, which is pretty weird. Normally it's like half the character's recovery, or 1.5 times if they hit a perfect, but I suppose legends typically have that. But then also hunger. Resisting up to 2 hits of hunger at level 3, so yeah, level 5 doesn't really matter. As long as this character gets to level 3, that's going to be actually kind of useful, so it's interesting that at least characters are getting access to that. And then the support effect attaching to a lot of characters actually: Nami, Usopp, Chopper, Ace, Momonosuke, Big Mom, and Okiku. Pretty good array of units there. Once per quest, if the character uses a special to boost slot effects. Okay, so very, very niche that you have to use an orb boosting special. It's going to heal 10% of your crew's max health, and then reduce 2 turns of resilience. A bit niche, a little bit of a niche support. I don't think this support is going to see a lot of play. It's okay, but it's not a support that's used in a lot of cases. This is really, really weird. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this Otama, honestly. I think she has a little bit of a weird special, a very weird support, but I'm sure there's going to be content out there where this support is going to be godly, and at least it does attach to a pretty decent array of units. But I mean, realistically, it's not a very good support, unfortunately. And we have one more character to talk about, which is the new Nami character, who is a Dex Free Spirit Striker, Captain effect providing an attack boost to Dex, Psi, and Quick by 1.5. Very, very bad Captain ability. But then the special ability, 11 turn cooldown, reduces all enemies' threshold and defense up by 5 turns. If you hit 3 perfects, you get a 2 times attack boost to Dex, Psi, and Quick in the following turn. However, it says if the crew has an attack up buff when you launch the special, further increase the crew's attack boost by plus 0.25. Boosts Dex, Quick, and Psi characters' attack by 1.75 times otherwise. Okay, so when you launch the special, reduces threshold and defense up, and then you get an attack boost. It's a 1.75 times attack boost. If you already have an attack boost, it gets buffed by 0.25. But then you also have the perfect buff. If you hit a certain amount of perfects, you get the attack boost. So if you use Nami and you use Otama, you can get the orb boost and the attack boost in the following turn. And this is kind of what I was expecting from Otama, to give an orb boost turn 1 and an orb boost turn 2. But she doesn't do that. So I guess it is kind of relying on some of the other characters that you have around them. Okay, so it's an okay special. It's actually pretty good. It could see some play for sure. It's not like wowing me though. It's fine. This character boosts the base recovery by 75 and also makes tandem slots matching as well. So you've got, you know, Otama and Nami, if you use them as subs, making both tandem and recovery matching is kind of nice. This character has recovery bind by 5 and also has pinch healing 1 times below 50. And the support effect attaching to Usopp and Chopper once per quest if you use a special and you hit 3 perfects in this turn, boost Dex character's attack by 1.75 in the following turn. That might be the first support in the game that actually applies a buff in the following turn. That's very unique. I think that is the first character that does that. I don't know exactly where this is going to see usage, but it's not bad. The fact that you can use this on a character to secure an attack boost in the next turn. Like, for instance, if the enemy has like an interrupt where they interrupt an attack boost, having a support like that is actually kind of nice, because it's a lot better than typical attack boosts that you'll get from supports, which will only range from like a 1.2 to a 1.5 at most. And this can be a 1.75 attack boost to Dex if you hit 3 perfects in the stage prior. But remember, it can only attach to Usopp and Chopper, so there is a bit of a niche just in that itself. But not too bad, not like overly wowing me, but these characters seem okay at the very least. Let's talk about the Sugarfest though. So the Sugarfest structure, we've got a discount multi on the first. We've got a legend or a raid boost. Everyone loves these ones on the second multi. And then the third multi, we're going all the way back now to the third multi finally being a new character. This is exactly what we wanted to see. Don't know why it has taken him so long to do that. Maybe it was because of the introduction of the legends on treasure map banners as to why they made the steps worse. Doesn't really make sense for them to do that. But it also does make sense the fact that they've done this now, because remember, these characters are super limited. You're not going to get these characters anywhere else aside from this SUGOfest during this event period. So it makes sense to make them a little more accessible. So 3 multis, you're guaranteed to get 1 of them. This is what we've wanted to see for the longest time. We love that. I mean, obviously back in the day, it would used to be only 2 multis to get 1 of the new characters. We'll still take it. At least it's guaranteed only after 3, so personally I'll do 3 multis. The 4th one is a legend or a rate boosted character, and then the 5th is a guaranteed legend. And then of course it's going to cycle through another new character on the 7th, and then another new character on the 10th multi. Interesting. Oh my god, look at that. 11 to 14 is all trash. Another new character on the 15th, and then another on the 20th. So look, if you're going to go deep on these banners, like going past 10 doesn't really make a lot of sense. It's probably better to do 10 if you really, really hardcore want these units. I don't think it's really worth doing 10 multis, trying to search for these units. Of course, it's going to help you in Treasure Map, but it's not going to help you that much outside of Treasure Map. These units are okay, but they're not broken by any sense. So there you go. That's the brand new Treasure Map SUGOfest coming out, starting part 1 on the 8th of April. Over on Extra Island, they have the Challenge Treasure Map, which of course you can see by the icon. Ulti is going to be the brand new Treasure Map character that we're going to be farming for during the event period, which is exciting. And we know that Raid Shiki, Coliseum Pedro, and Arena Brook are all going to be point boosters during the event. Those 3 characters are actually relatively fine. I like that Brook is a boosted unit once again. He's a very, very good unit, great special ability. But there is also one other thing that I wanted to talk about with this data download that we had. So I have time traveled to when this SUGOfest is currently live, and we are going to be getting some GARP challenge resets. Now this is a very odd reset for GARP challenge, because the thing about it is it actually says here that in the Chopperman missions that the GARP challenges are actually they're available for an unlimited amount of time now. So does this mean that they're never ever going to reset ever again? And if that's the case, this could literally be one of the worst updates of all time, because I know a lot of people out there probably don't even care about the GARP challenges anyway. However, this is still pretty bad, because the fact that, you know, they were resetting every single month, that's an additional, what, 50 to 100 gems depending on which one comes back every single month. But that's if you played the content, right? So if you played the content, you'd get anywhere between 50 to 100 gems for free per month by playing it. Yes, it's relatively difficult, not everyone's going to be able to do it, but the fact that it was there for people every single month is awesome. But now it's saying that it's unlimited, so we don't know if these are ever going to reset in the future. Maybe they just did it for the foreseeable future, and maybe later on they're going to change it. But you can see here that for some reason all of them are now considered new pieces of content. Obviously, I've cleared all the GARP challenges before, so why is it saying that that it's new and I get a rainbow gem upon completion? I don't know if this is a bug or if it is designed this way. I'm not really too sure why they decided to go down this route for this piece of content. Very, very bizarre. So I just wanted to bring it to you guys' attention, just because it just, when I saw it, just alarm bells were kind of ringing that this could be really, really bad. But ultimately, it could also be something that they're looking forward to with Grand Voyage. Potentially, Grand Voyage could be the pseudo replacement for GARP Challenge monthly content, where you can consistently play Grand Voyage to earn Rainbow Gems, potentially. But I just don't understand why they would just be removing content from the game, because if you do the challenges once, you get all of the rewards. There's no reason to be playing it again, and that was one of the reasons why people would play it every single month. And it is content that some people actually look forward to on a monthly basis, but now that they don't reset, there's no reason to go back to it. There's no reason to be creative with your team builds and try different things. Yes, you can still use it to show off characters in content, but there's no reward for doing so. So personally, I'm not a big fan of this change, if that is going to be the way moving forward. Hopefully we get a little bit more information regarding these changes over the next couple of days. GARP challenges do reset, I believe, on the 9th of April, so do keep that in mind. Hopefully we don't see the end of GARP challenges, because that would be pretty disappointing. So that is going to wrap up this video today. Thank you very much for watching, and if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button. And if you want to stay up to date with all of the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.